Class is in session. The Brofessor is in. It's Chealsea Green. We have Chealsea Green at 6-star bronze, the entitled Chealsea Green. Her training ability is still coming soon as of the time of recording, so make sure you check back afterwards. And there's no link bonus yet with Piper Niven. Fingers crossed that that also comes through. But as a chaotic trickster female, we're going to see just how deadly she can be. I'm going to do this, the first set of moves, or maybe the entire video, we'll see, without plates, just sort of give you a baseline. You can always add plates later. We'll make that decision as we go. Right now, we're going to put on some takedown 2, so we're going to have 80% added to our move damage. Then that is a 30% gem damage strap. That is 150% move damage as well too, just to keep in mind as we go through the different move sets. All right, let's go check out what we think of Chealsea Green. And so for this moveset here, we're going to go with the triple purple. We are going to go with the I'm Prettier. So we're going to deal 8.8. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. We should say 880k. That's 888. Scratch that. Erase it. 880k. Writing is hard some days. And if we're going up against a technician, we're going to do over 1,000,000 damage in bonus as the combo move. The front running drop kick is going to drop 7 random 2-turn juggernauts. So this would be a move set if you wanted to, where you could add a Goldberg or the new Seth Rollins for more juggernauts, but you probably won't, and I'll show you why. And they're going to do 663k damage every countdown turn, and is going to increase your purple MP by 4 at the end of the countdown. And last but not least, we're going to put in the Lung Blower, and this is going to force your opponent to miss 2 turns. Straight up skip, real easy. And what you're going to want to do for a moveset like this, because it is 8 charge skip move, is you're actually going to need Santa for 1 more move point. And you're going to need 2 purple MP trainers, and if you have KO, then you can get that extra move damage. Mine's only at 65, but at 26k, it will be 100% more move damage. So keep that in mind. We're leaving some points on the table. And basically any purple move damage that you can do. So if you got Captain Lou, that's awesome. If you don't have Captain Lou, I believe it's Hall of Fame Trish, that would be able to, it's Hall of Fame Lita, that has more purple move damage on the back end there. And if you don't have any of that, then I would just go with defensive minded things. We're going to keep purple teleprompter. There we go. On there, and we're going to keep no plates on there. We're just going to run with what we got so far. So let's see how Chealsea Green does in this moveset against China. And so you're going to put these trap gems down on the board. Not trap gems, those are juggernaut gems. You are then going to skip your opponent's turn, and that hits for over 1,000,000. And in a feud, in a feud, this would not be loaded. We have tour perks, which is why otherwise this would be at 9. So we would still have to wait 1 turn to use it. So our turn, we would want to hit a 3 match of purple if possible. And then we could hit this 1 more time and put another set on the board. We can then hit our finisher, which did over 3,000,000. And she's probably not going to kick out of this. But if she does kick out of this, next turn, all of those Juggernaut gems are going to go off. And we still had 1 more stun turn. We would stun her again and do it all over again. And so it's a very easy-going stun lock situation, which is why it's very nice to have. If you just want to take the easy road with Chealsea Green, that's the way that I would do it. But her final moveset that I'm going to show you is easily the best and probably the one you're going to run with. But let's go check out 1 more moveset before we get to there. This next moveset is the double sub bleed. Subba dubba bleed, as maybe Davey D, hold on, might say. So rope choke, you're going to choose 6 gems to make into blue. They're going to do 215k damage for 3 turns. They're going to turn into silence, but that really doesn't matter. We're going to do the pump kick, and this is going to deal 175k damage and 871k bleed damage for 5 turns. That is a hefty bleed. So that is just about 5 million damage. That's probably 4.5 million damage just right there on that bleed, and we're going to buff that to the moon. And then we got a blue submission that's going to choose and make yellow. So you sub to choose the yellow, sub to choose the blue, and the bleed is what's going to do the primary amount of damage. So that is our 2 movesets right there. I want to start with the bleed going first, so I'm going to go yellow. So yellow starts with 2 more move points and 100% more. So this set of entourage is only if you have a line bonus. If you don't have a line bonus, then you can choose to either buff with Tatanka here 100% more move damage, or you can buff if you have Steiner, the tech version. He will do more bleed gem damage, and then on the back end, Kyrie with more bleed and King Woods with more bleed. If you don't have a line bonus, then you would take one of these out, and then you would obviously put in Kofi for +4 MP. But since we have the bonus, might as well just use it right now, show you what happens with all of this going together. So, hey, spend some money at Target. Here we go. Let's go take Chealsea Green out. So we're not doing any real gem damage. So plate-wise, I mean, you could put on a plate like an All Hearts or something like that. I think basically for all of her movesets, the cheap shot's probably the only one you would really use, because it's the only one that really helps any and all of her moves. There's no other real plate for her, except for the plate that's probably coming out later that is to be determined what it's going to be. So don't forget that Chealsea Green does have her own plate that's going to come out later, and when it does, it'll probably enhance, I would guess, this moveset with the bleed. But let's go check it out in action and see what we think. That would be my guess. Unless it was whenever you create X, because I feel like it's one of those sorts of gems. So we've buffed all of this up right now. So you can see we're going to do 284k damage, but that's not the most important part. We are doing just about 2 million for 5 turns of bleed. So there's a 10 million bleed every time we hit one of these. She's going to go for 5 turns. Now this submission only goes for 3 turns, so it might be better just to have more submission turns somewhere on the back end. And we can try that sort of next. We're going to convert these into blue, so we just need enough to make sure our blue is going to be going. And so yeah, you can see just how much bleed this is going to do. 2, 1, got the extra turn, and then we pull up the yellow. We do the same thing as everybody else, and we are going to go 1. We're going to turn these into yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. No, and 6. There we go. And so this is why you might want to have extra turns, so that way you can just finish people off sooner, quicker, better. And now the bleed is in effect, and we are done here. Don't even need all of them on the board. And all finished. Okay, so let's try that one more time. We'll put more yellow turns. Hopefully we can buff it up to 7 yellow turns, and we'll go from there. And if we were to take off, you do 40, you do 50. So if we were to do move damage, and we were to try to get yellow submission moves with Drew, let's see how much better this would be. So we'll do more sub damage. So that'll do 2 million sub damage here. Our bleed drops a little bit, so it might, in the end, even itself out. But we'll try it. Just for the scientific purposes while we're in class, right? While we're trying these things out before we head out into the real world. So again, we're going to hit that. for 5 turns, and then we're going to hit our sub. We need our blue. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can try to do something like this. And why I'm doing this is I want to make a cascade of yellow so that way next turn I can hit the bleed again. That might be another secret to the moveset, is trying to get your yellow to be reloaded again. Nope, she actually kicked out. There you go. And now we can hit the bleed again. And now she's going to be dead turn 2. We didn't even have to use the other one. Oh, maybe she won't be. That was poor placement. That's all right. She's all done. So that's how you don't put your sub gems down, but you get the idea of just how this works. All right, let's go check out the final and the best moveset. So this is the last moveset, and by far, this is probably the only one you'll ever use, but it's always nice to show you what you can do with her. So we're going to put in the finisher, which is I'm Prettier. And it's going to deal 885k damage, and we're going to buff the living bagonzo after it. You're going to gain 8 MP blue at the end of it, and if you are going against a technician, which is why she is going to be a technician killer, it's going to deal 1.16 million more in bonus, and that is also going to get buffed. And how is that going to get buffed? It's going to get buffed by the big boot. We're going to make 30 random trap gems, and if it's broken by your opponent, we don't care. It's going to reduce their gem damage by 10% for 1 turn. It's the other part of this, and I'll have to hold the scroll to get it up there. But every time we break one, it's going to increase our purple move damage by 52% for 1 turn. So if we can break 10 of them, we are going to do some serious damage. And how are we going to do that? Well, we have a choose move. So we're going to put in the missile dropkick, and we're going to choose 7 to put into purple. And I'll show you how and why the ways that we do. So we're going to want to start with our blue MP up as high as we can go. Now, we're going to need 7 MP to get this all going on turn 1. If you have a line bonus, here is where you would put Mutant Doink. And Mutant Doink does 150% more blue finisher, or sorry, purple finisher damage. And since Mutant Doink is in the showdown prize wall, it's someone that everybody can get. So get him if you are looking to boost this up, if you have the ability to get some sort of perk to allow it to go turn 1. Otherwise, in feud, any of the +2 MP blue moves will do it here. The other way is if you have actually Santa Hogan with his +2 MP. That's basically where it's going to be. We are going to put in as much purple move damage, purple finisher damage. This can actually get up to 50% if you have your Captain Lou a little bit higher. So we're leaving a little bit on the board with this moveset, but not a big deal. We're going to go take it out against China, and I will show you just how they got the animation down pretty well of her moves and things. All right, so first off, we're going to put these down. Remember, we're going to get 52% damage for 1 turn for each one of these that we break. Our goal is to try to break 10 of them, because that would be the most we could break. But we don't have, so what you're looking for is a line, a full line of them. So that way, if this was a trap and if this one down here was a trap, there would be 7, and then we can break a 3. We have none of those. So we basically have 2 options now with this. We can either try to create, so if we took that purple and that purple, that would be 3. And if we took this one and this one, that would be 6. That would be 9 total. Or we can try to find 3 sets of 3. However you want to do it is fine. Pick your poison. So we're going to take these and these. And that's going to be 10 total gems, and we're going to hope we don't cascade. I've already cascaded 3 times. And this time we did not cascade. Awesome. So we have 9 trap gems broken. Our finisher now is 18.9 million. And if this was a technician, we would do an additional 24.8 million. And for those of you doing the math score, that's almost 44 million total damage on a finisher. Turn 1. And so this is why I said this is probably the only moveset that you'll use, and you don't even have to break 9 or 10 of them. You can probably just do 2 sets of 3 and hit the finisher, and if it's against a technician, it'll do just as much damage. In fact, let's do this one more time with just hitting that so you can see if you don't like risking it, and if you are cascade prone like the bro, just how much this will hit for. So we'll check that out right now. All right, we're going to try to do this again. I keep cascading, and so I keep having to re-record this, and it is rather annoying. We basically need, if we just were to get 6, that's all we're looking for right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So if you just break 6 trap gems instead of breaking 9 or 10, our finisher is still going to hit for 13.7 million. And if it goes up against a technician, it's going to hit for 18 million. So it's still 31 million when you're not trying to just shoot for the moon. And then it just reloads everything back over again. So definitely very powerful. Definitely a very cool moveset. So that's Chealsea Green, or Chealsea Green. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming to class. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give it the like, the share, the subscribe. And as always, thanks for coming to class. Brofessor out.